You want to join in? Go to mwfmotivation.com.
In order to fulfill their life goals and dreams, as I now have something.
And if it's good, listen to somebody who's part of the group right here.
Hi, my name is Karen, and what I love most about Rob's group coaching is I now have something that I've been searching for years, a community of like-minded people who are really committed to growing themselves in order to fulfill their life goals and dreams. And what I've gained from the group coaching is support, accountability, new friends, and a mentor and a community that bring into my life lessons, thoughts, challenges, and resources that I can use to grow myself into the person that I need to be in order to fulfill my goals and dreams for myself, my family, and my community.
Today, what I'm going to be talking about is finding your purpose. So I'm going to ask you this question. What is your purpose on this earth? Why are you here? Because I'm going to tell you this. You're not just living to die. So what's your purpose? Your purpose is not to just pay the bills and then die one day. What is your purpose? Why are you here? And it makes me remember the quote, "Be ashamed to die until you've scored some victory for humanity." So what's your purpose? And this can be stressful for people because most people think like to find your purpose, you have to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life. You're going to have to know what you need to do until the day you die. And it's not really like that for most people. Right? You can have an overall purpose of your whole life, though. You can have a purpose of helping humanity, but then it's like, you need to get specific. What exactly, in what way are you going to help them? Or raising money for charities or whatever it might be. You could have an overall purpose and then change what you do year after year, but still be focused on that purpose. So let me give you an example. For me, I happen to know why I'm alive. Like, I know the reason why I'm alive is to teach the stuff that I've been able to learn, teach it to you, teach it to my group coaching, teach it to my one-on-one coaching clients, teach it to everybody that I possibly can. Teach it to the 100,000 people that like my Facebook and the 40,000 that like my Instagram. Teach it to them and to continue to grow all of that so that I can continue to actually get this message out to people. I know that's my purpose. I understand I am lucky to know my purpose. I'm what they would call a jackhammer. And so if you've never heard me talk about this, it's the difference between the jackhammer and the hummingbird. Right? The jackhammer is like me, someone who knows what they want, knows why they're here, and they can grind out and go at it 100% every single day until the day they die. I am okay with that. Right? That's what most people think they have to be, though. And this is where the problem lies. You don't have to know what you're going to do every single day for the rest of your life until the day that you happen to go back into the earth. So take a deep breath with me. Does that feel good? You can take a deep breath and realize that you don't have to have one thing that is your purpose forever, because that's the jackhammer. There's the jackhammer, and then there's the hummingbird, right? What does the hummingbird do? It goes up to a flower, it stays there for a few seconds, it gets all the nectar that it can out of it, and then it moves on to the next one, right? And then what's it do? It stays on that one for a little while. Then it moves on to the next one. That can be your life too. What does that mean? It means that your purpose, you can have an overarching purpose of your entire life. Right? But it doesn't mean you have to do the same thing every single year. You might be the hummingbird, which means that you find your purpose over your whole life, whatever it is that you're passionate about and what you want to do. And you can work towards that purpose by doing different things every few years. So you don't have to focus on what you're going to do till the day you die. But what about this? What are you focused on for the next year? Or what are you focused on for the next 3 years? What can you dedicate 1 to 3 years on that's going to be going towards that overarching purpose that you're working towards? 5 years ago, Felix Gray realized that eyes were not meant to look at screens all day, and they designed glasses to make your daily screen time more comfortable and your workday more productive. And Felix Gray lenses filter 15 times more blue light than traditional lenses, and they offer classic frame styles and hand finish for durable, lightweight, and really comfortable pair of glasses that you wear. And blue light lenses come standard, starting at $95, and you can add your prescription at checkout starting at $145. If you can feel your screen time, or if you're not 100% sure if blue light glasses are right for you, start with the best blue light that you can get. Try Felix Gray. And with their 30-day money-back guarantee, there's nothing to lose except for your eye strain. So get the best pair of glasses made for the 21st century, designed for modern, hardworking eyes. Go to felixgray.com/dial for the best blue light glasses on the market. That is FELIXGRAY, glasses.com/dial. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges, felixgrayglasses.com/dial. You don't have to have a purpose for your whole life, but you do have to find some sort of purpose for now. And here's the thing, this is where depression starts to creep into your life, because some people are like, I don't know what the purpose of my life is. I don't have a purpose. Of course you're going to get depressed if you don't have a purpose. And I'm not talking about clinical depression. I'm talking about just becoming depressed, right? That's where depression starts to creep in. That's where people are like, well, why am I alive if I have no reason to be alive? That's where depression comes from, because then you start thinking, well, if there's no purpose behind my life, why continue living it? And that right there, that's a path you don't want to start traveling down. That is an unhealthy thought process. You are not alive just to die. If nobody's ever told you that before, I'm going to tell you that right now. Something needs to be decided right now from you, right? Something you need to figure out. And it doesn't have to be, what is my purpose? Or you don't have to know exactly your purpose right now. But what do you need to decide? All right, I'm going to sit down tonight with a pen and paper, and I'm going to figure out what I'm passionate about. I'm going to figure out what my overarching theme of my life will be. And then I'll just take a couple steps towards that and making it better. You don't have to change the whole world, but you can make the best self that you possibly can, and then try to make everybody else the best that you possibly can as well that's around you. You don't have to change the world, but you can change the people that are around you and change yourself. So if you feel that you have a purpose and something that you need to fulfill, it makes it easier to wake up in the morning. It makes it easier to wake up earlier because you know what you're working towards, right? When was the last time you sat down with a pen and paper and really journaled about it? And a journal is not a diary, just so you know. Well, I used to have trouble journaling because I thought it was like a diary. Like I would sit down every morning and be like, dear diary, today, blah, 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 blah. That's not what it is. Like I literally in my group coaching have a full journal lesson, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes on how to journal, right? How to journal and how to go through the process, because it's extremely important to sit down and journal every day or 3 or 5 times a week. All of my best answers come from meditation followed by journaling right after. That's where I'm clear. That's where I start to figure out what I'm working towards. Here's the deal. The reason why journaling is so important is because you already know the answers to the questions that you're going to ask yourself. You may not have them top of mind, but you are infinitely intelligent. And you can access that if you sit quietly and journal. Maybe meditate before. You can access your infinite intelligence if you just sit down and you journal, and that's the importance of it. Maybe not right away, but it will eventually pop up. If you ask the question, what's my purpose? What do I want my life to be? What do I want to do for the next couple years? Right? The profession that you're in right now, it doesn't have to be where you're at the rest of your life. If you're working for somebody, it doesn't have to be that the rest of your life. You could get a new job. You could create your own job. You can do whatever you want to. So if you're struggling with it, if you're struggling with those types of things, start to think about, what is my purpose? If you're struggling with journaling and you're like, hey, I really want to learn this journaling thing, you can reach out and ask me about group coaching and see if it's something that might be right for you. But whether or not you join group coaching doesn't really matter to me at this point. What I'm trying to get to you, the point I'm trying to get to you, is that if you feel like you don't have a purpose, you just haven't found it yet. Sit down with the pen and paper and start to figure out what it is. And you can figure out, are you the jackhammer, are you the hummingbird? If you're the hummingbird, take a deep breath, chill. It might make you feel really good to realize that you don't have to do one thing forever, because that stresses a lot of people out. And I feel like it's like 10% of people, maybe even 5% of people really know what they want to do. And everybody else is just kind of, they're not sure. And so it's okay to be the hummingbird. It's okay to not know right now. But you need to learn to start journaling and start sitting down and ask your questions. Why am I here? What do I love? What do I want to do? What impact do I want to have on the world? And you start figuring those things out. Figure out what your purpose is. You are not here just to die. You're not here just to pay bills and then die. Right? Be ashamed to die until you've scored some victory for humanity. So, if you like this episode, please do me a favor, share it with a